So hi everyone, it's Wisdom Jordan right back here, and this is lesson 15 of Forex trading. So in this lesson, we are going to be looking at trend lines. So we shall look at an uptrend line and a down trend line. Okay. So a trend line is a line drawn over pivot highs or under pivot lows to show the prevailing direction of a price. Trend lines are a visual representation of support and resistance in any time frame. They show direction and speed of price and also describe patterns during periods of price contraction. So trend lines are probably the most common form of technical analysis. They are probably one of the most underutilized ones as well. So if drawn correctly, they can be as accurate as any other method of trading. Unfortunately, most traders don't draw them correctly or try to make them fit the market instead of the other way around. So an uptrend line occurs in an uptrend while a downtrend line occurs in a downtrend. Okay. So we are going to be looking at how to draw a trend line, and we said a trend line is drawn below the pivot high. This is the pivot lows. Okay. It's drawn by connecting the pivot lows. This is what we call the pivot lows. Yeah. And this is in an uptrend because the price is increasing. And then here in a downtrend where price is decreasing, we draw a trend line by connecting the pivot highs or the swing highs. Okay. These lower highs. Okay. So when you look at the chart below, you can clearly see here in an uptrend, the line is drawn along the bottom of easily identifiable support areas, or what we call the swing lows, to create an uptrend line. So we remember, as a recap, we said when the price is on an uptrend, it moves in this format: breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And then we say that when it is moving, it forms what we call higher highs. And then it forms what we call higher low. Right? So here is higher high up, then down is higher low. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay? So when you look at the chart, clearly you can see that this is a higher low, and then this is a higher high. This is higher low, this is higher high, then higher low, then higher high, this is higher high, then higher low. This is also a higher low, this is also a higher low. Okay, so we are saying that in an uptrend line, we connect what we call the higher lows or the swing lows. This is where the swing low of the market occurs. This is a swing low, this is a swing low, this is a swing low, and this is also a swing low. And then we say the price in an uptrend moves forming higher high, higher out, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, like that. That's the pattern of an uptrend. Okay, so when we are going to construct an uptrend line, we have to first spot all the swing lows. So here we want to spot a swing low. We want to spot this one. We want to spot this one. Then we want to spot this one. We want to spot this one, that one, this low, this low. There's this low. There's also this one. It could be a little bit considered. There's another one right there. Okay. So when we are going to connect, we want to connect to the lines that can create for us a trend line. But you see that if we try to create on this one, we leave out so many points, and then this one will not be considered. Okay, if you want to connect this one, it leaves out all these laws, and then that one will not be considered. But when you want to connect these ones, these biggest swing laws, they become more valid. Okay, you see, they become more valid. You can connect it to this one also, like that. Can make a very clear trend line. Okay, in fact, this could be drawn. If you draw it from here up here, this one can also create a trend line like that. Can also make a valid trend line. Okay, that is how a trend line in an uptrend is drawn, and it is called an up trend line. We connect the swing laws, and then the other thing to note is that you have to make sure that you connect the major swing laws. This is a major swing law. This one is minor because it formed a newer swing law. And then this one is minor because a newer swing law was formed. This one is good swing law. This one is a minor swing law, but this one is major because this one is lower than this previous one. And then this one, here we expect a new swing law, and then the price will continue. Okay. So in a downtrend, the trend line is drawn along the top of easily identifiable resistance areas, and then those are called the swing highs. Remember, we said the price in a downtrend forms what we call a higher low. Sorry, it moves in this pattern: breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Okay, so it forms these swing highs. These swing highs, and then we say that these swing highs are resistance levels because the price hits, when the price moves, hits a resistance level, it goes down, hits resistance, goes down, hits resistance, goes down. So these are resistance levels. Resistance, resistance. Okay, so when you look at the chart here, this is a resistance area, this is a resistance here, price hit it and then go down. This is another resistance, this is another resistance, this is another resistance, and then this is also another resistance. So here is a support level, this is a support level, and this is also a support level. But if we are going to draw a downtrend line, we have to connect the major resistance areas or the swing heights. And we have one here, we have another one here, we have another one here, we have this one, but this is a minor one. Then you have this one is also major, we have this one, and then we have this one according to the current chart that we have. Okay, then you have to get your line and connect these points. So when you connect this point to this point, this does not make sense. Okay, but this makes more sense. But you can connect these three like this. Okay, we can try connecting these three, that to this one. This makes a good trend line. This one here was a clear trend line, besides of what is already drawn on the chart, because it connects at least 3 points here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good one. But the best one was, of course, from there coming to that one. That's a down trend line. So we want to make up some small notes on trend lines. It takes at least 2 tops or bottoms to draw a valid trend line, but it takes 3 to confirm a trend line. So we are saying that if this is our trend line, it should have been tested at least 1, 2. That is now a trend line. But for it to be confirmed, it is supposed to be hit the 3rd time. 1, 2, 3 times, and that one is a confirmed trend line. So if it is in a downtrend, price goes up, goes low, goes up, goes low. So it hits 1 time, 2 times, we can draw a trend line. If it hits the 3rd time, you can confirm the trend line. And then if it hits on the fourth time, the trend line becomes stronger. Okay. And then in a trend, if it is in a downtrend, that is our trend line, price hits once. It's the second time, that is now a trend line, goes down. It is only confirmed on the third move. Okay. So the steeper the trend line you draw, the less reliable it is to be, and more likely it will break. If you draw a trend line, for example, price moves in this format, like that, and then you come to draw a trend line and it is like that. That one is too steep. This one is less reliable compared to one which is smooth at around 45 degrees, like that one. Okay, this is better than this one. Okay, so the steeper, the less reliable that trend line is. You can draw a trend line it is too steep like this, another one can be less steep, another one like this. So this means that the price is too parabolic. It's moving at around almost 90 degrees, and that price is going to come back very quickly. This one is a bit stable, but this one is a more stable price movement. So like horizontal support and resistance levels, trend lines become stronger the more times they are tested and the higher the time frame. Daily is stronger than a trend line on a daily time frame is weaker than that on a weekly chart, and then that one on a monthly chart. So trend lines drawn on higher time frames are more stronger. Okay. So, and most importantly, do not ever draw trend lines by forcing them to fit the market. If they do not fit right, then the trend line isn't valid. For example, if you have this, if you have a price that has moved in this format and you want to draw a trend line, but when you want to connect this, if you want to connect this line to this point and they do not match, do not force it to be. This one could match, but do not force something like this. It does not make sense. Okay, but this could have made sense. So you draw according to what is good, or you do not force the market to fit your trend lines. So we are looking at this live chart, and we want to spot at least some points whereby we can draw a trend line. So when you look at the price here, this is a clear downtrend because the price is forming swing lows and then the other swing lows, swing highs. So when you look here, price comes from there, goes high, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so do not mind these small ones. Okay, so you can find that this is so this is a clear swing high. This is a clear swing high. It's a clear swing high. It's a clear swing high. This is also a clear swing high. So we want to draw a trend line. We said we do not force. We connect points that can be connected. So when you want to connect this, it can connect to that. Good. It can connect to that one. Beautiful. But it cannot come to connect to this one. So this could go here to make a trend line which is 1.2 and then 3. Okay. We can connect from here to here to make that trend line. That is trend line 1. Okay. We can create another trend line which is coming from there to that point, and then to this one, and then to that one. So we have two trend lines. Okay. So we have, so we have this trend line A. It's a downtrend line. Then you have this trend line B. So which one is more reliable according to where the market is? We have this point connected to this point, connected to this point, and then this point is ignored. So this does not make sense because one of the major points is ignored. Okay, so we shall consider trend line B because all the major points are considered here, then here, then here, and then there. Okay, so trend line B was more suitable. From here to there to there, like that. See, that's beautiful. You connect the major points. This is a major point, major turning point, it's a major turning point. This is a major turning point. I want you to note that this was also a major turning point, but according to where the market is, we had to ignore this point in order to create this trend line better. Okay. So when you look at the chart here, we want to see where we can draw some trend lines, and we said it takes at least 2 points to be connected in order to draw a trend line. So for example, you can say I'm connecting this point to this point. That is already a trend line. Okay, but for it to be confirmed as a trend line you can use in trading, it's supposed to be connected to 3 points. So here it is not connected to 3 points, and this one we shall not use it for trading. Okay, so here you can connect these points. You can see that we have connected this point. This is a swing low. Ignore this layer, this minor one. Connected this one, and then we connected to this one. So when we look at this trend line, it is very steep, and we say that if a trend line is steep, the more steeper the trend line is, then the less reliable it is, it becomes. So this is too steep. Okay. All right. We said a trend line is steep like this, that one is less reliable compared to this. This one becomes a more stable trend line. So the less steeper the trend line is, the better. Okay. So here we can draw, this can be our trend line 1, connecting these swing lows. Then here we can see that we can join these 2 points to create another trend line there. And then even here, you can connect to make this short trend line here, but it is not useful because it is not connecting major points. Then here you have this one connecting 2 points, this one, and then this one. It can also work. Then you have here a short trend line, but it is not reliable. Okay, so now here, this is not reliable. This one 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 is reliable, but it is too steep, so we cannot use it for trading. Okay, and then the trend is also not clear. We said if you want to draw a trend line, a trend is supposed to be clear. If it is an uptrend, like this, like this, like this, okay, like that. If a trend is like that, then we can use it to draw a clear and good trend line. Beautiful. See, if it is in a downtrend, then you have to connect this. Oh, sorry. Like that. You see? So things are supposed not to be forced in order to work out very correctly. So we shall look at trend lines more in strategies, right? So thank you for watching this video. Then in the next video, we shall be looking at channels. See you in the next video. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. My name is Wisdom Jordan.